Hello, I am Munchakoopas, and this will be my submission video for Satura's Space Adventure, the newest adventure mode added to Runbow. The video will be muted for a little bit, just while I talk about the game. So Runbow is a 2D platformer with a unique color change mechanic. The background or other causes will cause things to change color, and that will eliminate objects as well as platforms in the foreground, so the level constantly changes as you play through it. The game features very simple mechanics. You can jump, double jump, and then you can punch. If you push your punch button twice, or with a direction, you'll do a dash in that direction. As far as the jumping, priority goes, you can do a double jump and then a dash, but I can't do jump, dash, double jump. And the only thing that will reset a dash or a double jump is if I land on a platform or a slope. This adventure mode, like the other adventure mode, just features a variety of levels with different objectives. Most of them are just reach the trophy at the end of the level. Some have you killing a certain amount of enemies. But this adventure mode is slightly shorter than the other mode in the game. This one was the first DLC that they released, and the objective is to collect a few poster pieces to then unlock a final boss level. Satura is the lady in black right there. And this little guy comes around and tears up your map and then flies away. So you have to pick up the pieces of your map poster and then go give him what for. So the very first level is called Push My Buttons, and they introduce these little floating buttons, which you'll see me hit, and that causes these yellow squares to appear, and then the red platforms reveal themselves. So they did things a little bit differently than they did in the previous adventure mode or in the Behemoth, where instead of the background changing color through a lot of it, it'll simply be you interact with more of the environment to create platforms or something similar. This whole mode takes roughly 16 to 20 minutes. This run is an 18-minute run, and actually I found a new route that makes me do one less level. Alright, actually so it was shown to me. I haven't seen this game before. It's called Runbow. My apologies. It was shown to me by another runner, actually. This level features these portals. Obviously, you go through a portal, you come out the other side, and if the color in the background matches the portal's color, the portal will disappear. Bounce, double jump, dash, because otherwise you won't make it over that. So, there's generally not too much to talk about in each level. No! This level I need to kill 9 enemies, and this level actually does have some unique speed tech to it, because as you can see the enemies have a color shield. And if you go down and take damage from an enemy, you can then damage an enemy regardless of their color shield. Furthermore, if you kill an enemy that has a color shield, like I did just there, I killed an enemy that had a color shield, and for whatever reason the game also allows me to damage enemies that have a different color shield. Hey Primorix. Dude, the portals are totally necessary. You gotta have portals. Oh, I have my fan on. Can anyone hear that? I hope not. It's not pointing at me, but... This level introduces the gravity well. This whole adventure mode is themed around like space and futuristic things. So they took a lot of these things are specific to this adventure mode, and they did have some multiplayer levels with this feature as well. As for my donation incentive where I offered for a multiplayer best of 5, this game is primarily a multiplayer game with up to 9 people on screen at once. It's very easy to set up and would not take more than maybe 5 minutes to complete, all things considered. This level has some speed tech, which we'll see again because I do die here a few times, which is why I muted the video, just so I can talk about the level. So the the regular colors at the end there are not reverse gravity. But at the start here, what I do is I dash into this switch, which not only gets me up the platform, but it also activates the switch. I then jump into the portal, which gets me just a little bit ahead of that spike platform to then dash past the spikes so I don't have to wait an extra cycle. And the gravity wells are a bit finicky because sometimes you can be halfway in and halfway out and they won't activate for whatever reason. But the ground pound you see me do when I go through the second set of portals after this segment, right here, this actually makes me fall faster. So it does save a little bit of time, even though it has a wind-up animation. There, we did it. Just because sometimes, like... And so the different colored levels are actually just different difficulties. Green is the easiest in this adventure mode. All the top. Yellow is medium difficulty. Red is the most difficult. This level is called Meltdown because of the lava. Death. I believe all I have to do in this level... easier than it appears. I'm just being bad. This level is easier than it appears. Oh well, third run ever, so... But, I believe all I have to do is get to the end and collect the trophy. Yeah. Was that Meltdown? Yeah, it was. So I have the first poster piece. So there is a shorter route. I don't have to play these two levels. Instead, I play a different level, which has me collect some coins. But I actually really like this level, just as a level, because it's fun to go through fast, because you have these risky jumps over pits, and then you ground pound here. But this will not be representative of a better time, or even the run at the GDQ, should this be accepted. Oh, I should mention that you can of course bounce off of enemies' heads, like you can in Mario Bros. And bouncing off of an enemy will also reset your double jump and your dash. As you may have noticed, every name, or every level has like a funny name, and then every time you succeed at a level, it gives you either some praise, or if you die, it will reprimand you. I had one of the developers join me for my Behemoth submission, and he did say that they would be happy to join us for any category of this game. No, that shouldn't have done that. That's unfortunate right there. So even though this game is short, I think developer commentary would help any run of it because, as I said earlier, there's not too much to talk about beyond explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing. There's not a ton of speed tech. Sports ball. The developers do have a ton of fun stories. Oh, something else that you may have noticed in the top right, I keep earning achievements, and then I unlocked a character, which was Swift from Sports Ball, another indie game. There's actually a lot of indie game cameo characters in this, such as Shovel Knight, Gunvolt, Juan and Tostada from Guacamelee. Unfortunately, I can't choose those as incentives because, or at least not for the adventure modes, because to do the adventure mode run, you have to erase all save data before you start the run. However, other incentives exist, such as choosing the character color and the character costume. As you might notice, I'm this rather dapper green gentleman, but I could also make him pink, blue, cyan, yellow. He can be an astronaut, he can be a ninja, a Power Ranger. God, which one is this? I unfortunately will die here a few times trying to attempt a risky jump, but the jump is easier than I thought. I have done a few more runs of this and practiced it. But instead of doing this gravity well puzzle here, you can actually go under the level, which I will do in a few attempts. But given that I will of course be much more practiced for a marathon, and also that there's one less level to play, which saves about 50 seconds overall, the route will be much shorter. I'm just going to leave the video muted until I make this jump. My apologies for the lack of sound. But trust me that this game does have a good soundtrack. Oops. I believe fourth try is the charm. Like, this level is super easy and it's walling me right now. There we go. There. Way easier. Then the rest of this level is just solving this little portal puzzle. So the red lasers, are obviously in the way, and you have to use the portals to maneuver around them. And of course there's a spike wall chasing you. I think this one's pretty easy, actually. This level actually
we'll
is
find out in a moment, because I
somewhat
don't really
easy.
remember which level it is.
Oops. I think I do take one death.
Are
here.
you kidding me?
I made a mistake.
Oh well. Gotta learn somehow.
I decided to just play it a little bit safe, but you can just kind of soar through this level. Like that. You don't have to bounce off every single enemy.
I think that was it. Lost a minute and a half in that segment. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing runs of this today. I guess until it's just not any more fun. You'll see why this level is called Have You Seen the Space Balls? Or the Space Balls. We're the Space Balls. Watch out. Of course you'd send one mid. All I have to do is reach the trophy at the end. One mid. I really don't see any way to do this one without stopping at some point. This one has me hitting switches.
If I beat this first try, I might save time.
This one has me hitting switches
To love art. Turn off the gravity. My apologies for the talking over myself. This level is a bit odd because sometimes the spike balls spin at a consistent rate, but sometimes I'll do the same start and get to the end and the balls will be in a different spot on the screen. So it just requires some quick thinking. So we have,
for speedrunning this, you have to clear your save data every single time.
We have 6
I hope I'm doing this.
levels. This level's called Cling On for Dear Life. Star Trek pun. Saved it. Saved it. Played a little bit safe at the end there.
Wasted a little time to be safe in that last one. It's okay, eventually I'll be good at this.
This
Now
level I
someone is
have
following
to
me.
collect a bunch of coins, but the coins spawn in the same order every single time.
But I don't know who it is.
So if you know ahead of time where they're going to be, you can get to them much faster. You can even grab them off screen as well, but really the only ones you should be trying to do that with are the ones that appear in the red and the light blue room. This level is incredibly tricky because it features this very slow-moving spike wall and then 3 different portals to choose from, so it's a bit of a puzzle level. But there's a trophy about halfway through the level, which you can get to immediately, like I do here. And if you miss it, it will move to the end of the level. Yellow, red. But you come dangerously close to that spike wall. So we've collected all the poster pieces, we've unlocked the final level, which is a boss level. Now we just need to get there by completing 2 hard levels. See, this is stupid. What am I supposed to do? Just stand there and wait? The frustration got to me. Oh right, you do that. That's right. I think the only hard part about this level really is that beginning, because you have to wait or carefully maneuver around those double spike pillars. The rest of it's very simple. And then the level after this one has me defeating, and no one left a message, I think 10 enemies in about 7 seconds. This one's one of my favorites, just because it's so short. Eight seconds. Oh, I was off. So now we get to the boss level. It's one of the most difficult. So there'll be this guy in a spaceship. His name is Plunto. And if you're wondering why they named him that, they were having... This is from the developer. They were having a meeting about this whole mode. They were like, what should we name the boss? And someone just said, what if we named him Plunto? And someone asked, did you just add an N to the name Pluto and then decide to say it? He was like, yeah. So that's what they named the boss. But they'll shoot these lasers at you, which you can kind of get ahead of, like I'm doing here. The trickiest part is the beginning with the yellow laser and the yellow platforms. Here I made some very risky jumps because those platforms can sometimes disappear instantly when the colors change. And then I almost died of this. But I need to ground pound him 3 times, and then a trophy will appear and I can grab that, and that is when time is. Cool. Awesome, PB. And I do have world record in this. And sub 20 again. I'll be right back. That was Satura Space Adventure. Thank you very much for watching.